a leader has to lead from the front. And so what President Trump came out and some of what he announced today was, it's a tough job, but it has to be done. And some of what he said today was good. But the reality is he also stood at the podium and called the coronavirus COVID-19 what I would suggest is a racial slur. It's something that is offensive to many Chinese Americans.
To call it a Chinese virus when it originated in China, why is that a problem?
It's something that is offensive. It is something that is offensive to many Americans. And so the reality is, instead of name calling, instead of pointing fingers, instead of talking about poll numbers,
let's be serious.
Let's just talk about what we can get done
Here. You know, the MERS virus is MERS. Do you know? Wait a minute. Do you know why it's called MERS? Why is it called MERS, that virus?
You tell me, Martha. You brought it up.
Because it's called the Middle Eastern Respiratory Syndrome, because that's where it originated. So this idea, you know, this sort of rabbit hole of you know, getting into this whole issue of racism, I just think is so counterproductive to what we're trying to do here. And I just talked to this amazing scholar on China moments ago who said absolutely China at the leadership level has tried to obfuscate and be everything but transparent since the very beginning. They lied and lied and lied about this situation. So why is it not okay to recognize where it originated?
This is not about if China has been forthright and forthcoming. The reality is,
yes, it is. That's
the
exactly
Chinese
what it's
government
about.
denied the reality, not in terms of what the president of the United States is referring to this virus from the podium. The reality is, yes, the Chinese government refused to let American scientists in to research, to see what was going on. That is a stark difference than what happened in the Ebola crisis, when the United States government demanded to come into African countries. And so that is something we should have and have to continue to push for. But my only point is, and I think the point of folks across the country who have raised an alarm or a question about this or a concern is that they have noted that it is offensive to them. And in times of strife, particularly when we're dealing with a pandemic that is currently affecting people that have had no contact with anyone overseas.
No one is suggesting that American Chinese people are responsible. Every thinking human being who looks at this understands that the reference is to the origin of the virus and also the leadership in terms of how that virus was handled in the country of origin. So I'm going to leave it there.
Well, again, Martha, at the beginning of this segment, you talked